I was promoted because it was my core work and the achievement and things that I was delivering on, and VPN was a big piece of that. Then I got to a point where the next stage would be C-level promotions.
Super, super. So while you said there are really three paths to your career, right? A lot of the audience here are mid-career, let's just say mid-career in terms of wherever, whether they're in the tech role or they're in the not tech industry, right? How did you navigate those, let's say plus 10 to the next 20 years? How did what happened in your career, and what are some things that everybody can sort of learn from?
Yeah, I'm going to be, thinking out loud because you're asking very incisive questions, and not something that I've pondered on a lot. So one of the things which happened around 10 years into my career is that, Microsoft, like other companies, has, they have a ladder system, and you get promoted through that. Now, the first 10 years, I was promoted purely because of my work, my technical work. Yeah, of course, my team sizes grew, etc. But it was really around, I was not known as, oh, let's promote Gurdeep because he's such a great manager. I mean, no, I was a pretty poor manager. I was learning that dimension as well, but I was not promoted because of that. I can promise you that, and I'm sure a lot of people will attest to it. I was promoted because it was my core work and the achievement and things that I was delivering on, and VPN was a big piece of that. Then I got to a point where the next stage would be C-level promotions. Now, this is a completely different territory, not a linear path. This was a different, inflection there. So I was fortunate that Microsoft had, leadership development programs. So I was flagged for that, and they could tell this guy needs help, right? I mean, if he's any good, because after a while, if I'm going to stay on this path and I come to the end of that, which in our case was level 14 at the time, now it's level 70, either I'm going to, stay there, and how many years am I going to stay there, or I'm going to leave. So this is where, classic HR programs kick in. They do leadership development. In our case, it was Wharton driven programs. So I was put through all those leadership programs. And I will say that they were quite helpful to me. I was very cynical. When you're on the technology side of the world, you're always cynical about these programs. I was very cynical until, these programs started to shine a mirror to me. And I started realizing that, there's a whole lot of growth here that, I need to go through. It's not about whether I'm going to get to C-level or not, but it was a reflection on my abilities slash, actually more important, inabilities. And that was a very important phase in my life. I mean, it was over the next 5 years, I went through a bunch of these programs whenever I could. I was selected for them, went from them, and, took the feedback, sometimes hard feedback. What you see in the mirror is something you don't like. And your first thing is to dismiss it, but then you realize, shit, maybe there's something here. And then I got promoted to corporate vice president. That's 15 years into my career. And even that was not like, oh, wow, I'm a corporate vice president. So even then the next level of journey starts, where you have to deal with things and expectations and frankly, value systems that may not be natural to you, and you have to make decisions that, is this something that I subscribe to or not? Is this something I'm willing to compromise on or not? And that shaped the rest of my career.